Hey guys, if you ever want to learn how to cut your hair, today I'm going to show you how. And it's actually very easy. So I started cutting my hair around 2019, and the first time I did it was bad. The second time I did it was not as bad. But over time, it has gotten a lot better and better, and I figured, why not showcase how I do my hair to maybe save you guys money over the long haul. So the equipment that I use a three-way mirror, as you see over here, and I'm also utilizing a clipper. This one from Magic Clip, the cordless one. So for getting started, I would probably just use a cheaper variant to see if it's something that you do want to keep, especially if before going to the three-way mirror. Even though the whole thing will costed me like around $120, $30 for the three-way mirror, and I forgot how much I paid for the clipper, probably $80 or $90. But yeah, so I started off just using a handheld mirror against the regular mirror in the bathroom, and just use a cheap clipper I found on Amazon. But I would recommend staying away from the knockoff brands and go with a known brand, especially when it's American made, to support America. But anyways, enough talking. Let's go. Let's get clipping. All right. So order of operations. I'm gonna be doing a kind of a light fade from my side. I won't really be touching the top one. So in order to get my fade started, I'm gonna use the Magic Clipper size 1, which is about 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. And it's gonna be having it at the closed position. So by closed, I mean that the blade is all the way down. So I'm gonna blow halfway up, about halfway over here, and then I'm going to switch over to the 1.5, and go from there. And then later on, I'm gonna fade them in together by switching this from the closed to more of a little open. From here to about here, and just kind of play with it a little bit. So as we go. So no more talking. Let's start clipping. Right now, I'm just looking to make sure they're kind of even over here. There's always one side. I always do better on this side than I do on this side. Sometimes just because of the lighting. And any imperfections I see later on, I'm not too worried about. Like maybe like this is showing kind of weird in the camera, but it's all gonna get blended in. You know, just checking, making sure everything looks okay. It's good enough before going to the next one. Yeah, that's fine. So now I'm gonna move to the 1.5. So again, gonna keep it in the closed position and move 1.5 and just go probably about maybe a good inch, and we'll work in the fade afterwards. I'm trying to make sure to give you guys a good angle, but it's kind of hard to. So, but okay, not too bad. It looks like pretty even. The depth from a 1 to 1.5. It looks like it's pretty good all around. It looks pretty even to me, so I'm going to move to day 2 and finish it up over here on top, and just kind of just blend it in to the rest of the top of the head. So let's go ahead and just change the clips. And for the 2, again, I'm going to keep it in the closed position and just kind of work it in there. And try not to go too much to the top. I'm kind of doing like a swoosh, that kind of like, what, I don't know what you call it, swiping, swoosh. I'm trying to do a swoosh. And get the hair out of here. So my bag is not in my bag in the bottom. Alright. So far so good. It's coming along pretty well. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just work on fading this, and this in a lot better. So I'm going to go back to my number 1 and move it up to about the halfway mark for over here in this. And we'll just go from there. Alright, so got my number 1 here in hand. So from here, since we've been doing the close, this is all the way. We're gonna go about, I wanna say, like right there. It's pretty close to half. And if it doesn't work out, I might just go a little bit, lower, just a little bit higher, just so the blend's a lot more clean. So, wish me luck. I should mention, so my objective is not to go very high. I want to do a swoosh, a sweeping or swoosh movement, just to make sure I grab those hairs that are and break that line out. Looks like it's coming well. Let me get the little brush clean off. I'll continue. It's looking pretty good. Looks like it's a nice blend going on. I don't see the line anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and don't see that line anymore. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Maybe just a little touch up. don't want to go too much. So we already went and we broke that line a bit. So now we're gonna focus on the 1.5 to 2. Make sure that this line over here is kind of it's more blended in. So go ahead and clean this brush. All right. So now we go with the 1.5, and I'm not gonna touch the level, but I'm just gonna keep it the same, and we can go for it. Say it's looking good so far, but I might go a little bit lower. So a little bit lower. I mean a little bit lower to the closing side, just to grab a little bit more hair. Yeah, I think it's much better. Cleaning up the hair from here. Alright, so now I'm gonna be focusing this between the side of the ears, and I won't be using this clipper. I'll be using a mini clipper. I don't know what these are called, but I'm gonna call it a mini clipper. So the goal is just for me is to get it over here and kind of just break the line over here. I usually do it every now and then, even when I'm not cutting my hair, just to try to have a clean straight line. And this is just a normal one. I got my wife here to me from Philips. So this is what I do. Just grab the ear, use the edge, and just little by little. Just grab the big hairs. And that's it. Just a little over here, a little bit over there. Just use the edge with the clipper. For this, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now, I'm actually pretty almost done. I don't really plan on touching the top at all. I might do like a 4. Yeah, you know what? I might just do like a 4 over here, just to try to get all those lines just kind of straighten out. But before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of touch the back of my neck just a little bit with a half size. Let's just see what it does. Sometimes it doesn't do much. Yeah, it didn't do much. So in that case, I'm just gonna keep it open and just go slow and cut. Yeah, that's good. So as I mentioned, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a quick little trim up. Do a quick little cut here, just on the sides, and I'm gonna be utilizing the number 4. And that's it. So the reason why I did it is because sometimes I put gel in my hair and I get that some of those long hair here on top just kind of dripping down, and it's just a little bit easier if it's a little bit shorter compared to the rest. So yeah, that looks, to me that looks fine. I don't usually touch the top over here, and any weird straight lines will be blended in after a day or two. That's why I usually cut my hair on a Friday night, and by Monday when I have to go to work, it looks pretty good. So like any lines that were kind of there will already be broken. So this is the way I cut my hair. I've been doing it again. So I've been doing it for 3 years, and it took about 20 minutes. So now I'm just gonna go shower and shave afterwards. So like for the first time when I cut my hair, it took me a good hour. It's because I was pretty nervous about it, but I was just this time after so many times cutting my hair, it's just you just breeze right through it because you just know how to work it. I would not recommend using something straight like a guide. It can cause some weird breaks in your hair when you're cutting it, and I would just recommend using a high number, and like a high number, like a depending what you want, maybe like a two. Two is pretty. It's not that big. 1.5 is also not that big, but maybe something a little bit higher and just work your way down because you can always cut a little bit more hair, but you can't really grow it back as fast. So I hope you guys liked it, and good luck in the future.